How's it going, guys? It's K Cars, and today I'm going to be answering the question, do I regret taking off the mid mufflers on the Dodge Challenger ScatPack? I'm also going to be including some sound clips of how the car sounded with just a mid muffler delete, so definitely want to watch the whole video. So the short answer to that question is absolutely not. I did a video exactly like this with the long tube headers and callus mid pipes, and my answer was the exact same for that. If you want to see my reasons for that, definitely go check that video out. But in this video, we're going to be going over the mid muffler delete. So this was actually one of the first mods that I ever did for this car. And I took it to a shop and I was like, hey, can you cut off the mufflers? And they were like, yeah, $100 for that. So getting a mid muffler delete is definitely one of the cheapest ways to add more sound to, I guess, any car, but specifically a Challenger or Charger. Those mufflers in the middle really restrict the sound a lot. You wouldn't think so because of how they look on the outside, but I guess they actually do restrict it quite a bit. Like I said, this did cost me about $100 to get a mid muffler delete. And whenever you actually get this done, you do want to make sure that they weld all the way around. I've heard of some shops, they accidentally miss like the top of it because it's hard to get to. So some shops actually drop the whole exhaust so they can weld all the way around. The shop that did mine, they kind of just like used a mirror to see if they welded the whole thing, especially on the top. As far as I can tell, there's no exhaust leaks, so I think they did a pretty good job. And like I said, this is the cheapest way to pretty much add more sound to your car. You don't have to go out and buy like a $2,000 Corsa exhaust catback, although that would be really awesome and it would sound insane with that. If you're looking for a cheap way to get more sound in your Challenger or Charger, this is definitely the way to go. So from the factory, these cars really aren't that loud. Whenever I drove this car stock for the first time, it was loud to me. Like, I've never experienced anything like this before that. So obviously to me, it was really loud. It was the first muscle car that I've ever driven. After driving it for a while, it just started, like, I started getting used to it, like you do with any car. So I started doing some more research on how to get more sound the cheapest way. And everyone on YouTube and the forums were saying mid muffler delete is the way to go for these cars. So I decided to go ahead and do that. Like I said, it was $100 to get that done. The difference from stock to no mufflers is actually a lot more than you would expect. At least it was a lot more than I expected. So the first time I actually like gave it some gas was under a bridge. Obviously you got to do that every time. So I did that and it sounded so much louder. I was so surprised at like how big of a difference there was. I wasn't expecting it to be that big of a difference. It's not like I'm getting like a whole new exhaust or headers or anything. Like, I just got the mufflers taken off and it was so much louder and more raspy too. So if you're one of those people that doesn't like a raspy sound, you care more about the tone, then I probably wouldn't go with a mid muffler delete. I'd probably go ahead and actually get like a full exhaust system if that's what you want, or just keep it stock if you want to keep that nice deep tone. Then of course, once I got used to the mid muffler delete, it sounded quiet to me again, so I was already used to it in probably a few weeks, honestly. So I had to do more research how to make more sound. I wanted it to be the loudest it could possibly be, so I did get long tube headers and callus mid pipes for this car, but that was a separate video, so make sure to go check that out if you want to learn more about that. So I don't know how well you guys can see that right there because these side skirts are kind of in the way, but I guess if you look right there, that's where one weld is and the other one is to the left on the other side. So that's where the mufflers used to be, so obviously those got cut off and they just welded in a straight pipe right there. So that's all there is to it, really. And then some people also get these rear resonators taken off too. I've heard that it doesn't really sound that great, so I decided to go ahead and keep these on. Also, another reason that I wanted to keep the resonators on was that if I ever get pulled over for this car being too loud, I can just point to those and be like, yeah, still got the mufflers on there. It's not straight piped. So I don't know if you guys saw my video of the Pro-Charged SRT 392 Challenger. But that guy actually has this same setup that I have, but he also has the resonator delete. So he has long tube headers, callus mid pipes, no mufflers, no resonators. And that thing is a lot louder than this car. I'll include some comparison clips right here. as you could hear, there really was a pretty big difference between the two. I actually was thinking about getting the resonators deleted as well, but like I said, the reason I wanted to keep them on is in case I ever get pulled over for this car being too loud, I can just have them look under there and they'll see that it's not completely straight piped. So hopefully it'll keep me out of a ticket, I'm hoping. But right now I'm going to show you guys some exhaust clips of how it sounded when I had only the mid muffler lead on this car. So hope you guys enjoy. So as you heard, it sounded really good in my opinion. It was a little bit raspy, but that's what you get when you take the mufflers off. So like I said before, if you are looking to keep the deep tone that it comes stock with, then you're probably better off just staying stock or buying a whole like ScatPack system from Corsa or a different brand like that. If you guys want to know more information about the mid muffler delete, posted a few other videos about the same topic a few years ago, so definitely go check those out. They are pretty cringy to watch, I'm not gonna lie, but they do have some good information in them if you can just get past that. In conclusion, my answer to the question is I definitely do not regret taking the mufflers off of this car. But if you have neighbors that are already getting kind of mad at you because you have a loud car, then you probably shouldn't do that. But if you don't care about your neighbors getting mad, then definitely do it. It is a lot of fun to kind of hear the difference in sound. Like I said, once you do that, you're probably going to want even more sound, and you'll probably get headers and catalyst mid pipes like I did, which is definitely a good option as well. Like I said, there's really no downsides to doing this. It's pretty cheap, only about $100 to get this. Probably the cheapest way to get more sound, like I said, about $100 depending on which shop you go to. I guess one downside for some people could be that it makes the exhaust sound more raspy and it takes some of the tone out. but that's what you get if you take the mufflers off. But it is a lot louder. Like I said, it's not extremely loud at idle because it does have the active exhaust, but once you floor it or you get on the gas a lot more, then it's definitely really loud. If you guys have any questions about the setup that I have on this car, definitely drop those down in the comments. And if you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see in the future, also comment those down below. And if you like this video or found it entertaining, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.